Hi guys, today we're with Charlie Nguyen, who can be credited with kicking off the contemporary movie scene in Vietnam today.
I'm doing good.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
So how did you get started in filmmaking in general?
Comics book.
Comic books?
Yes. When I was maybe third grade, I'm completely addicted to comics. The reason I like comics is, you know, I hate reading. I'm such a slow reader, you know, and it just picture go, oh yeah, it's books, but it's all images, you know, it's great. And I think that's how it started. It's storytelling visually through images.
Sure.
You know, it's just a natural progression of that, yeah, extension, if you will.
So your brother is also involved in the film industry as well. He's also worked with you on some of your projects. How have you found that dynamic? Do you argue or do you work together well? How do you find it?
Sometimes we debate. Sometimes when we're doing fight scenes or action sequences.
Right.
Because he's action director for all my movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he choreographed. He shot them, he edited, he put the whole action sequences together in his mind.
Right.
And on video and cut it together. So when we go out there, it's just execution. But sometimes we debate on a certain character beats, you know, because I like to design the fights or the actions to go with the character.
Right.
If he has a Taekwondo background,
then
we would incorporate a lot of kicks into his movement.
Of course, yeah.
And if somebody who has, you know, grappling or judo, then we'll take advantage of that. Sometimes it's just character. You know, I just like this guy to be invincible and strong. All his movement are strong and straight and forward. And sometimes I like a character to be a little bit elusive, you know, and cunning. Then I like his movement to somehow
reflect that.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
So how do you see the industry developing right now?
Vietnam right now has the highest rate of growth in terms of theaters, multiplex. And it's been 30% on an average every year growth, you know, in box office. That's phenomenal. Because in other countries, it's already peaked out. And in Vietnam, is still doing this at 30% a year compounded.
When you first started, I understand you haven't had the easiest time in the film industry. Can you tell me some stories about how you got started and some of the challenges you faced?
Filmmaking is a war, you know, it's a battle every day. You go out and you fight for every shot. You start moving the camera, you start moving the actor. You have all these moving pieces, you know, within a shot. Sure. Extremely challenging. Your focus puller is not up to par. Your lighting, your grip, your dolly guy, you know, everybody. You know, when you give them a hard shot, you know, you struggle. It's become a challenge for them.
Right.
You know, because they're not used to moving the camera.
Right.
You know, running with the camera. You know, chasing somebody with the camera.
Right.
Or operating a crane that, you know, we push in the dolly and then we go through something and you crane up and you have to land on the perfect ending frame where you just keep pushing the crew to the limit, to the edge. And they go, I can't, you know, you broke them because they can't deliver what you want. And it makes it fun because you know that, oh, it's there, you know, people can get that shot, but we cannot get that shot. It's fun because now you are facing with a challenge.
Yeah.
It's like you go, oh, okay, look at all, you know, we got to get there, but how? You know, so you have to think with the limited resources and money that you have.
Xe ra kìa, khoan. Ok, xe đang chạy.
I know you've been working on Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon 2. How was that?
The company that picked up The Rebel, the Weinstein company, Harvey Weinstein, 10 years ago. Ever since then, we maintain a relationship. From time to time, I was working on this thing before Crouching Tiger in London. I went there to shoot a week of just action stuff of a movie that he bought. And he didn't like the action. And so he go, hey, Charlie, when you go to London and reshoot the whole action sequences. So I would go and you know, do these little small job, you know, from time to time. Because I heard Crouching Tiger 2 for the past 10 years. Well, 14 years ago. Yes, 14 years ago. So he bought the whole series, which is like 6 books. The whole series, you know, that the movie was based on. He wanted to make the part 2 for a whole decade already. But he couldn't get the project started, you know, up until last year, finally put it together. And he's go, oh, you know, I want you to come on. I want you to go to New Zealand and you are going to be a co-producer and a second unit director.
Wow.
Yeah, because we don't have enough producer in New Zealand, and you're going to be working with a team from China, you know, Nguyen, which is the martial art choreographer of the first movie. So somehow Harvey thought that I speak Chinese, but I don't, right? It's an interesting project because there are 4 directors on the show. But the only one, Nguyen is the only director who has director name. All of us who direct the film gets producer credits because the movie is in English and Nguyen doesn't speak English. Right. All the drama parts get split up by 3 guys. Morton Tilden, the guy who did Imitation Game. Yeah. Who got nominated for an Oscar. And Peter Berg did, you know, Battleships and Hancock and all these huge The Kingdom, all these big Hollywood films, and myself. So we took turn, you know, produce for each other when we're not directing. And that's how it just came to be. All the big stuff, you know, horses and all these with Donnie and Michelle Yeoh and Donnie Yen. I flew back to Vietnam, and then a week later, Harvey wrote me an email, and he's go, "Hey, Charlie, I'm promoting you to producer. I hope that's okay with you." I go, "Well, yeah, that's very generous of you." So now I get a producer credit and a second unit.
Thank you so much, Charlie, for your insights into the Vietnamese film industry.
I am Charlie Nguyen, and you are watching Spicy Vietnam.